That accounts for the vibrancy of the Chinese economy today. Had they closed up and continued to close up, there would have been a stagnant economy. Trying to do reverse engineering of what they see is happening in the West. Whereas with the open system, the investments bring the technology and bring the skilled workers and the management, and the Chinese have to educate their people and learn from working with and learning from the foreign workers, and they do that very quickly. So he was a decisive leader who saw the way he could shortcut the learning process instead of trying to do it all by themselves through reverse engineering.
Thank you. What do you recall that has made impression on you when you met Deng Xiaoping for the very first time?
He is a very careful, thoughtful man. When I was sending him off to the airport, Vietnam was about to attack Cambodia, and we had discussed it the night before at dinner. So I said to him, how far does Vietnam have to go before you will intervene?
Mm-hmm. And he said,
it depends how far they go. But the impression I got was, once they cross Tonle Sap into the Mekong, the Chinese will intervene and punish them, which ultimately they did. He's not a man who lightly issues threats, because after he came to Singapore, he told me, pass this on to the Americans. And then, shortly afterward, he visited America, Washington, to personally tell them, to warn them that he will act. And he did.
So he's a man of his words.
Oh, he's a very careful man. He made up his mind that this was not something China could tolerate, because the Vietnamese wanted the Indo-Chinese Federation of Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia.
If I may now move on to a slightly different topic, and if I may ask and mention the very person I think that make it possible for all of us to be gathering here tonight, and that is Mr. Deng Xiaoping, someone you've known well over the years. Your old friend, Dr. Henry Kissinger, has launched a book entitled On China. In that book, not for the first time, he described Deng Xiaoping as one of the greatest men in the 21st century. The renowned Harvard professor, Professor Ezra Vogel, devoted an entire book entitled Deng Xiaoping and the Transformation of China. Have you thought about writing a book on China? I'm sure many people all over the world will hugely benefit from your insights into that great civilization.
It will take too much effort, and I'm 88 years old. To write a book, you have to stay awake 3 or 4 hours every night and work on it for about 1-2 years. Then you've got a good book.
Yes. I'm sure there will be no shortage of people who will be happy to do the research for you.
But I have to do the writing.
What might be motivating for you enough to consider such a proposition?
No, I think there are enough books on China, and my